Oops. Good morning. That's so weird. How's everybody? I wish I was sitting outside like this. It'd be so much better. We're doing sugar detox today because we've been making so many sugar things. Hey, Joanna. How are you? I am just sending out a bunch of, what do you call it? Oof. I'm sharing just to make everybody happy. The algorithm. Hey, Lauren. How are you? I feel like we just left each other. How's everybody doing? It's been a busy week. All right, let's see. Oh, and today, right after the live, I'm sending out the links to the cleanse book. I'm drinking my coffee. TikTok, don't get mad. I put my contacts in so that I could talk on the screen and not have glare, but I can't see a damn thing. All right. Good morning, Robin. How are you? I can't see anything. I feel like I didn't even put contacts in. It's all blurry. Hi, Tracy from Nebraska. All right, so we're going to wait a couple minutes till we get a bunch of people on. And then we are going to talk about sugar detox. It's not going to be a long thing, but I have some good information, and a lot of this information, well, all of the information is in the new cleanse book that's coming out. I think I'm going to have to put my glasses on because I can't see a damn thing. You want to know a secret? Since there's only 8 people on here, you see this background? This is the yard. Look at that. That is one of my clients' backyards. Oh my God, isn't it beautiful? Look at that. I was like, what am I going to put on the screen today? And I was like, I couldn't find anything, hey Gardner. And I was like, I got to find something good. I know, right, dude, Mom? It's so nice. It is. I mean, actually, her home looks like Bridgerton. Honestly, it's like this set of a English garden. It's so beautiful. All right, let's see. So last night I was up till 1:00 in the morning creating hyperlinks for the book to make sure it was perfect. You did a 90-day sugar, wheat, dairy, or fruit challenge and felt so much better. Joanna, how fast? I'm curious because I know I've done that too years ago. I haven't done it in a long time, and I'm getting my brain ready to do it again. But how quickly did you return to the crazy food? Did you stay, or are you still sugar, wheat, dairy? Or did you do it for like 30 days? I'm so curious. Hi, Cynthia. I did, Kimberly. Those went out. I did them the same day, or maybe 2 days later. Oven conversions. Let me check my look. Let me look. Oven conversions. Campfire. I have a lot to do today. I'm not leaving my desk. I'm drinking my, hey Shannon, thanks for the follow. I wish there was a way to show you the cover of the book, the cleanse book. I like it. It's so pretty. All right. Hold on. Let me check that in a minute, but I'm sure that I did because I knew that you guys wanted that fast. Hold on. Hold, please. But let's see. I want to get to my sugar reset. All right, I'm in. Thanks for my heart. All right, so sugar, very sneaky. It's very sneaky. It's in a lot of things. But what I notice about sugar, I gotta turn my lights low. I don't know, my eyes are very sensitive. Um, I oh gosh, hold guys. I want to see if I can get Restream up. Let's see if I can get that on the camera. So when you after the 90 days, I returned to regular food, but organic only. All right, well, that's a plus. That works. It's better than nothing, right? But it really makes a difference. I noticed too. Did you get sick at the end? I noticed when I did that, especially when I did dairy for the first time, I almost got like a flu after the 90 days. It was like the final purge of all the dairy came out. I would love to do. I never felt better when I did that. It was kind of cool. Thanks, Kimberly. It was so. It was so cleansing. I just loved it. But I noticed that sugar to me is probably one of the harder ones to get rid of, or any type of food detox. Hey, good morning, Tyler. Is I think that means we have 50% of our goals complete. We Especially sugar for me seems not like for me, but I look at everything. Sugar for me seems to be the one that plays, or is tied in mostly with, yes, for sure, Joanna. Emotions, energy, all of those things. And while our bodies are like, they're not really designed to handle all that sugar, obviously. And especially for the standard American diet. So I lost 40 pounds cutting out all sugar and then gained it back when I started eating sugar. Michelle, it's the truth, right? I think that's what I've come to the conclusion in my 61 years and 40 years of studying and reading about food is that no, diets do not work. They just don't work. You have to, there's a pattern that you have to follow, and I'm working on that pattern for you guys. It's the, what did I eat for comfort food? What's my like ancestral background? I'm Italian and Eastern European, Swedish. What did my family make that was, and then clean it up little by little. Your biggest problems, wheat and grains, is it that you can't eat them because of your blood type? Is it because you can't eat them is what you eat? It's the food you consume, good or bad. Correct. So that's my point, Soul Stash. It's the it's like, what do you put in your body? Exactly. That's why I say if you turn it organic, if you eat to nourish your mind, body, and soul. So when I say that, nourishing your body is kind of like your blood type, right? Like your mind. Nourishing your mind is what are you connected to? Mind and soul are kind of the same. Yes, the standard American diet is SAD, SAD, exactly. I always talk about that causes lots of inflammation. It really does. Joanna, if you want, this is I think the favorite thing that I do besides obviously teaching food and healing, I really love creating the meal plans and not necessarily a meal plan. I think it's turning out, hey, Charlie, good morning. I really think it's more of a recipe catalog that's specific to you. And, you get 7 times 3 plus whatever else we talk about. I work on seed blends and, for your most favorite foods. I think when you peel down food like that and create recipes that complement how you feel, I think that's a really it's really special, and it helps staying focused. So I think The initial withdrawal of sugar is 3 to 7 days. 3 to 7 days. That's initial. The stabilizing phase of like, okay, I'm going to make it through is 14 to 21 days. And you metabolically reset your body in 30 to 90 days, especially if there's insulin resistance or you have or your cravings are really deep rooted. Those things are what makes the difference. So I think also some of the things you have to look out for is from like those days 1 to 3, your blood sugar starts to drop. So that's when your withdrawal begins. That's when your cravings are at the highest. Psychologically, you start to crave between 1 and 3 days. You're like, oh my God, I can't make it without sugar. I always eat sugar, sugar in my coffee, sugar here, sugar donut, blah, blah, blah. You start to really feel that pull. If you make it through, yeah, it is. Wow, less than $4 a recipe. That's not too bad. And they're specific to you. Then 4 to 7, you get a lot of brain fog. It's like your liver and gut microbiome starts to... It was assisted in St. Louis. Oh my, I didn't hear that, Ryan, but I wish we don't do politics here, but that's freaked me out what you just wrote. Brain and gut. So wait, let me get back to where I was. Brain fog peaks, liver and your gut microbiome, that starts to recalibrate. So when that happens, when that starts to happen, less than a cup of coffee, right? You start to, when all that stuff starts to churn up, that's your irritability, all of that. So Joanna, I'm on the fence about fruit sugars, and I think that's where I say, I think that's a little different. I really do. And when you're in a sugar detox, I would try, if you can't stay away from fruits, I would go to the low sugar fruits like berries, and stay sort of there. Even some of the stone fruits like cherries, apricots that are a little more bittersweet, I think those are okay. And I'm going to do a little research for that. Maybe I might have to change something in the book, but I don't really, and I think, and we'll look at the recipes that I put in for the sugar detox, sort of. I think they are very low sugar, if not no sugar. But then when you reach that day 8 to 21, that's when your blood sugar starts to stabilize, your insulin sensitivity improves, your cravings start to reduce. And then after 30 days, so like 31 to 90, your energy changes, your taste buds reset, the brain and gut balance improves. So, there's some crazy stuff that happens. Physical symptoms, headache, fatigue, irritability, really intense sugar cravings. There's an herb that you can take alongside it. It's called Gemessa. I have it in the notes in the book. Let me see if I have it in here. I think I did. Glucose, sugar reset. Yeah, I think I have it in here. Herbals. Yeah. Gymnema. Gymnema. Robin, do you mind? Can you type this in? Chewing on mine always helped me. Chewing on what? Let me see. What do you got here? Unfortunately, I can't see the pins. That's the problem with this thing. Unfortunately, I can't see the pins. That's the problem with this thing. Oh, here. I'm not sure what you were chewing on, sister. Hi, Elia. How are you? Mint. Okay, gotcha. Chewing on mint. Yeah, but can you type this in? Gymnema sylvestre. It reduces sweet cravings. It actually really works. I'm spelling it for you. Will you type it in for me? It's Gymnema. And the second word is Sylvestre. It actually works very well. I'm just drinking coffee. For those of you, yep, that's it. If you want to pin that, that is wonderful. Thank you, user. That is a wonderful herb. You can get it homeopathically too. I think it's like a homeopathic remedy, or it's an herb. I forget how we used to get it in tincture in my house. I think it might be a tincture. But when you take that, sounds like a mob wife. It really works. So, physical symptoms of the detox of sugar: headaches, fatigue, irritability, digestive changes, gas, bloat, constipation, mood swings, anxiety. I mean, it's cray-cray. Now, why is it hard? So, sugar affects the brain's dopamine reward system. So, it's similar to addictive substances, right? And it's also besides all of that, it's tied to like comfort, emotional coping. What do we always say? Oh, if you're sad, eat a box of chocolate. So it's all in there. It's not, oh, if you're sad, go for a walk outside. No, just go get a box of chocolate. So, right. So we have to change the way we talk to our kids and teach our, young people how to do that. We did. That's awesome, Tyler. Okay. So how long does it take? The emotional withdrawal from sugar is 1 to 2 weeks. The biggest psychological attachment, 1 to 3 days. Hey Chef Lee. But that real emotional withdrawal is 1 to 2 weeks. A lot of crying, a lot of depression, a lot. So, you want to be prepared for all of that. What tools are you going to have in your, in your space? Good morning. Good morning, Cass. So breaking habits, that loop, 21 days. Thanks for my help. Emotional freedom and rewiring is 60 to 90 days. Now, what else do we know in our world that I know some of you might be familiar with? One of the big chips for like AA or the 12-step program is that 90-day chip. Isn't it interesting that the emotional rewiring for sugar withdrawal is the same 90 days? And often, hey Joanna, thanks for my heart. And it's often a conversation. You lose a fragment. Very interesting that you've learned that science. I didn't know that. It's very hard to me to keep up with all of that. That's why I love having you around, Tyler. You're so good, wholehearted. Hi, Macklin. Hi, Shirley. Macklin Shirley. I'm going to call you Shirley, okay? So that's the emotional. Now, supportive tools. What can you do? Couch concert royalty. Magnesium, chromium, L-glutamine. Those are for cravings. Okay? Journaling, emotional patterns linked to sugar. Obviously, writing. Bottom 20%. Oh, is that where we are now? Affirmations. I put a whole bunch of affirmations in the cleanse book. There's a whole affirmation section to help kind of go with all of the cleanse information that you get. So there's a lot of good information in this book. You're going to love it. Anyway. Okay, so now affirmations, and then crowding out sugar with whole sweet foods, roasted veggies. Here you go. Berries, cinnamon tea. Now, Ceylon cinnamon, Ceylon, right? That is the cinnamon that helps with your blood sugar, right? That's what kind of helps the stability of blood sugar spikes. So keep that in mind. Sprinkle that on like an apple. Thanks for my heart, Charlie. So glucose and dextrose detox breakdown. Glucose is the body's primary fuel source. It's found naturally in fruits and vegetables, grains, and is half that amount of table sugar. And both are simple sugars. That's dextrose is a form of glucose derived. I have to read it because I forget how to say it for you. Glucose is a form of dextrose is a form of glucose, and that's derived from starches like corn, and it's used in processed foods, IVs, keep that in mind, and supplements. Both are simple sugars that spikes the blood sugar. So physiologically, how does the body detox? And I repeat this a couple of times in the notes so that you guys get to learn it. But the blood sugar spikes and drop off withdrawal symptoms 1 to 3 days, 4 to 7 cravings, 8 to 14. Where can the cleanse book be found and bought? Gardner, it's in the link in my bio. Just click right in there and you can get it. It's getting released today, in about 2 hours. 300 tiny dinies, I can. All right, 300 tiny dinies. Are you guys ready? So keep that in mind when you are dextrose, sucrose, yeah, all sugars. You're welcome. Hi, Bridge. This will get you to the top 20 and earn 1 fragment. Wow, it's that easy? Okay, so, all right. Oh, I wrote, oops, I found a glitch in my book. I'm not going to change it. You're going to see a repeat in one of the pages. Okay, glucose and dextrose stimulate, right? Dopamine release in the brain, which is similar to sugar, and addictive behavior cycles, especially in processed food form. So when you think about it, when you see dextrose in your in foods, make sure, be prepared. Understand that that's what's happening to you, and oh my God, I just, if you notice, sometimes you can find in like, sort of not great, like potato chips or a cookie, you're going to see dextrose in there. So think about that. It's a dopamine release. So it's actually triggering you to create addictive behaviors and crave things. Keep that in mind, right? Now, what can we do to tips for a detox to get through the glucose and dextrose? If you remember, we talked about this a few times, expansive and contractive foods. Out here is, sort of expansive, sugar, alcohol, the bad substances that people take. And then on the other side of that spectrum is contractive, very salty, heavy meats, fried foods. They bring the body in. So what happens is when you're out here eating those foods and doing those things, your body's with trying to balance, you start to crave more protein or like those heavy salty foods. So that means you're probably eating too much or too little of the expansive foods, right? So when you get towards the middle, and how you do that is every time you eat a lot of sugar, try and fit in there a quinoa, sweet potato, root vegetables, things like that. Then that will start to bring your body back into balance with what you're eating. So that's really important. And those are your complex carbs, right? Those are going to slow release. A bowl of short grain brown rice and beans with sliced avocado. That's where you're going to start to feel your sugar balance. There's a lot of research and information that if you're diabetic and you're having trouble control or insulin resistance and you're trying to control your insulin levels or not spike your blood sugar, eating a bowl, a cup 1 cup total. Half a cup short grain brown rice, a half a cup of black beans cooked, sliced avocado, maybe a little salsa in there, in the middle of the day, say 1, 2 o'clock, no later than that. That's going to ride your blood sugar. Joanna, I would say no to the protein in that moment only because of food combining. You're not going to be able to digest that. And so you could possibly spike your blood sugar. So I would say eat that bowl of rice and beans, and maybe you could add a little carrot to that. Yeah, I would do root vegetables, but you won't really need the extra if you do that, because it's going to just ride your blood sugar. Then at night or a couple of hours later, you have some grilled chicken and a beautiful salad. You're going to do okay. Then I notice for someone in my life who's dealing with the type 2 diabetes, where they're trying to control it with food, I notice eating a little tuna salad, like tuna with carrots, celery, a little onion, some dill, a small amount of mayo, just eating that at night, maybe 3 hours before they go to bed. That little protein hit keeps them very good, and their blood sugar sort of very steady when they wake up in the morning. Now you have to see what works for you and what's good for you, but that's where I see it. L-glutamine also is a great help and support that will reduce cravings, and you can take that in between meals. L-glutamine. Drinking cinnamon and Jimena tea, the Jimena that we were talking about. Cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon with the Jimena, that really helps support your blood sugar. And be careful if you're doing any like metformin or any of those kind of drugs to lower your blood sugar. Be careful drinking that, because you might see a little dip in your blood sugar. Okay, so just watch what you're doing. Take this, if you do take any of these notes, just check in with your practitioners and doctors that you talk to. They might not know the answer, but I would just, be careful how you test things. Add protein with healthy fats to each meal. That keeps your blood pressure stable. So what you were talking about, I would say like avocado and grilled chicken, sauteed spinach. That to me is sort of like, whoa, you're going to do great. And I don't know, some people feel really good doing like the 6 meals a day, small little portions, like the fist size portion kind of thing. And then really look at, I love sauteed spinach. Me too, Bridge. I'll tell you the truth, if I could pick of all the sauteed greens, escarole would be number 1 for me. Broccoli rabe, I love those bitter greens. Swiss chard, spinach. I mean, I love all the greens. I just sometimes get lazy and don't feel like cooking them. We should do a whole cooking greens class, right? Would you guys like that? Like how to cook greens, make them easy. I think that might be a good class. All right, I just put it in my little yellow notebook. I should really type it in my list. And don't forget the garlic, of course, always garlic. And then remember, sleep and stress reduction. Don't underestimate lack of sleep and stress. Think about this for a second, especially for women. I'm talking to women for a minute. Perimenopause, it can last for a really long time, right? 6, 8 years, whatever that is. You get more anxiety, you lose sleep, and then all of a sudden you're gaining weight, and it's like, what's going on? And you realize that lack of sleep and that higher anxiety, your cortisol levels, which are supposed to go up during the day, are now you wake up, right? Now you wake up in the morning and your cortisol levels are buzzing. And Tiffany, if you haven't grabbed my menopause sort of notes, go check them out. It's very enlightening. And you and you know, you're like, why am I gaining weight? I don't understand. Well, our cortisol levels flip. You know, you start losing sleep. You didn't, you know, you have so much more anxiety. Those things wreak havoc. And then all of a sudden you're like, I have insulin resistance. I have type 2 diabetes. How did I get that? It's, well, we're not paying attention to our sleep and our stress reduction. So those things have to be managed and looked at. Thanks for my heart, Britt. So very important, like, see how all that stuff gets interconnected? It's kind of crazy, and very enlightening when you realize, oh my God, you know? So are there foods that reduce stress? Absolutely, Bridge. Absolutely, right? Obviously, sugar and dairy, to me, alcohol, I mean, I know we don't consider that a food, but it's sort of part of the standard American diet, right? But I would say processed foods, sugar, I was just going to say something else. Processed food, sugar, like crappy carbs, you know, processed carbohydrates, all that packaged crap we eat, and dairy. Actually, all of those foods can contribute to stress, believe it or not. And now stress comes in very different things. I also talk to, you know, when I do those diet sort of consultation things where I create recipes for people, I often suggest the food sensitivity tests. They're called IgG, not food allergy necessarily, but the IgG. And the reason why is because, and a lot of people, you know, if you Google IgG blood tests, those are the ones where food sensitivities, and they can happen anywhere from immediate to 72 hours after you ingest food. So that's why they talk about a 3-day rotation diet to see if things don't you know, aren't working in your body correctly, or if you're sensitive to a food. You could be sensitive to cucumbers. Now this is what happens, and I'm doing this in a very layperson sort of way. So hi, Mary Love. Commercial break. Okay, let me finish this thought and then I'll do my commercial break. At link in bio. Yeah, there's all of this. You're going to find access in the link in bio. But I want to finish this thought. You, oh, I forgot my thought. I'm having brain fog. What were we just talking about? Cravings, sugar, rewiring. All the foods that create stress. So if you eat something like those foods, right? And, or even your body, right, IgG, even if your body is sensitive to it and you put it in the gut. Thank you. Thank you, Nunya. Nunya, that's awesome. And it's in your gut. And now you know, you can't digest it, or you have a food sensitivity to something you're eating, or you're eating crappy processed foods. It hits the neurotransmitters. Now the neurotransmitters are getting all, and remember, I'm just speaking from a lay term perspective. Now your neurotransmitters are getting triggered, right? And maybe your dopamine's getting off, or your serotonin's going off. Now you have an internal stress happening in your body. It might not present itself as anxiety right away, but it could. So the foods you're eating could actually trigger a neurotransmitter response that then triggers anxiety, irritability, lack of sleep. So the things that we put in our body, where can I find the menopause information? So Tiffany, so here's a good point for my commercial break. I created sort of like a store to get all of this information. If you click the link in my bio, you can join my recipe vault, and there's many things in there. There's food and there's kitchen pharmacy. And the kitchen pharmacy has a ton. I mean, there's over 400 recipes, but the kitchen pharmacy are these Wednesday morning chats with you guys. And there's one that we just did in, it's an online storefront. There's everything in there. There's Just click that link. On brand. How are you? Just click that link and there's something for everyone. There's a free download for the premium pantry makeover. If you click the link, there's the recipe vault. There's one-on-one calls with me. I also do 30 minutes where I design like 30 different recipes that are specific to your needs, your blood type, your food sensitivities, what you like to eat. I create everything specifically for you. So if you're new here, my background, I've been cooking and I've been a an organic whole foods chef for 40 years. And I've been cooking in a health food store, Nature's Temptations, for the past 20 years. And in September, I came on and started coming on to TikTok teaching what I know, sort of giving all of it away. And then I had to start paying for food. And so some of the things have a little bit of a price tag to them, but there's incredible value there for you. You can also join my Book of Face group, and that has a lot of information and also has a lot of kitchen pharmacy stuff in there too. Happy early anniversary. I know, can you believe it? It's almost going to be a year. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I can't even believe it's almost a year with my TikTok family. It's kind of cool. We have a suggestion box in there in that space. There's a cookbook that I wrote. I know we're going to have a big party, a 1-year anniversary party. Somebody asked me about the kids week. I have to plan that kids week. It went by really quick. It really went by very quick. Sale, baby. Yes, we're going to have a lot of sales. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, you can join that community there. You can also, where's my friend that was asking about my new friend? Where is she? Tiffany, you can also watch the replay of the menopause class on YT. And it's free to be part of that. Just have a piece of paper and write. You'll get all the information. We just throw those replays up unedited because Tyler and I neither have time to do that. So you want to do that. So a sugar reset. It takes about 21 days to reset your body with sugar. And I designed it so it's very gentle. You don't get crash. You don't get guilt. You're not overwhelmed. I focus very easily. You're welcome. We focus on nourishment, blood sugar balance, and emotional support, because I really believe, and I know all of you guys feel it too, food is, I don't care what people say. There is a group of people that can eat just for sustenance. I admire those people. But for most of us, we're eating from an emotional perspective, right? Food is tied to emotion. Oh, I'm sad. Eat, you'll feel better. Oh, I'm sick. Eat, you'll feel better. Oh, I'm depressed. Eat, you'll feel better. You know what I mean? And we're tied to that. So, you need that emotional support. I have a lot of information. Yeah, Robin, it's really good. Click the link in my bio and get on get the book. Said every good morning. Yes, really, it's very true. Every grandma, is that what you're saying? Every grandma. Manja. Oh, my grandmothers put food in front of us all the time. And, oh, there's starving kids around the world. You have to finish your food and you're stuffing your face. The book is, as soon as I get off the live, the link's going out to everybody that pre-bought it. And then you'll be able to, buy it and immediately access the download. I finished putting all the hyperlinks in it yesterday. I'm congratulating you for being a title gifter. Is that what I do? You're a title gifter. I don't know what that means, but thank you so much, Mary Love. Mary Love is on here, so for anybody that wants to know, she said that I can share, but Mary Love has had a pretty incredible journey for healing, and I got to work with her and her husband about I don't even know, is it a month, Mary Love? And I designed all kinds of recipes for her and her husband. I kind of blended them together. Good morning, June. Um, it really, I think it really helped her. So thank you for my heart. So, okay, so sugar reset cravings. Remember, they'll start to reduce in 3 to 5 days. Thank you, Mary Love. And then blood sugar and insulin stabilizes within 14. And then habits and taste buds, 21 days. So that's why we're looking at 21 days. Thank you, Mary Love. It kind of gets you started, right? You're feeling better now, right? It's so funny. She was like, can I have some of the, I want to know if I should do a liver gallbladder cleanse. And I was like, sure, I can send you some of the information to look at. And she went right into the cleanse. And like 3 days in, she was like, oh, I don't feel good. I'm like, well, you're supposed to lead up to that. And do is my, yes, I am. And so is my husband. Oh my God, that's so awesome. You feel better, right? When you eat foods that align with your being and they hit your comfort zone and they hit all of those notes, it really does make a difference. It's so true. So the gentle release and rebuilds, I kind of put this into like weeks for you guys for this part of it. So you start with, oh, let's take out sugary drinks, sugary desserts, and packaged snacks. Maybe you bake cookies and you take away white sugar and you add in coconut sugar, right? You go slow and steady. You crowd out the cravings with healthy fats and proteins at each meal, and you really sort of go very slow. Then you eat every 3 to 4 hours to avoid the blood sugar dips. Then you add a tablespoon of chia and flaxseed in there for fiber. You hydrate. You want to do 2 to 3 liters a day of water with trace minerals in it. And then you replace caffeine and sugar with herbal teas that have cinnamon, licorice, or tulsi. So you're going to see all of this. That would be week 1, right? You're going to go really slow because you really don't want to do that all or nothing. That would be week 1, right? You're going to go really slow because you really don't want to do that all or nothing. That's really very thing. That's really very. Sorry, guys. I fell off. Hi, Madeline. Hi, Madeline. Then, so some of the foods you're focusing on are avocados, eggs, salmon, greens, seeds, berries, root vegetables. You see where I'm going? Remember, it's that top 20 foods, right? Got to do it. And then support L-glutamine between meals that helps reduce cravings. So, you're going to get a lot of information here that's really going to support you. Week 2, you're going to do a clean break. Here's where you're going to jump in and go, okay, I'm not eating any sugars. Avoid all added sugars. Anything with an OSE, anything with syrups, dextrins, all of that crap. And you get a list in the cleanse book of everything. Then you're gonna remove white bread, pasta, baked goods, crackers. You're getting rid of all of that, and you're gonna replace it with quinoa, sweet potato, squash, lentils, root vegetables. And then you're going to add, if your body can tolerate it, probiotics and fermented foods. I can't do them, so I don't do it. Thank you for all those tiny dinies. You guys are really helping me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi. I can't do those. So usually blood type A's have a hard time with fermented foods. And now here you want to calm the emotional piece of that sugar detox. You kind of want a journal will help. If you're not into journaling, you don't have to do it. But if you like journaling or you want to, I'm telling you, you cannot believe how much sugar affects you in the space of, emotional support. Very interestingly, for my own journey, over the last 3 months, I have noticed, having become gluten free and avoiding all kinds of breads, because I'm a bread and cheese girl. That was my thing. And now I can't have I'm just not going to eat gluten anymore. It's really has been wreaking havoc for me. I notice my sugar cravings had been like immediately jumped to crazy. And I was like, okay, this is not cool. Where's that coming from? And I noticed all the Italian bread, the little mini rolls, the butter, all of that stuff was breaking down into like simple sugars. So I was like, all right, I got to get a handle on the sugar thing, because I didn't see it coming. It just showed up and I was like, what is going on? Because I'm always like, I don't like candy. I don't like this. Well, I was doing it with bread, processed breads, Italian breads, or, little mini dinner rolls. And I was like, God, I just didn't see it coming. So watch that. And you're going to replace it again with the quinoa. Okay, we got all that. Okay. And then start journaling, emotional patterns, and then support the liver with lemon water, dandelion tea, and or beet juice, things like that. Beets themselves. And then I put in a little mantra. I nourish myself in ways that last longer than sugar. That pierces right in to the heart of the matter. Gotta run. Bye. You'll have it in your email later today. Strengthen your new habits, celebrate progress, reduce emotional sugar needs. I thought you said there was a type of sugar in an IV bag. Can you elaborate? Had an IV yesterday. Kimberly, I don't know. I gotta find out. I would imagine it's a glucose. Right? Like if you're dehydrated, the first thing they do is when they give you an IV, it's glucose. So you can ask. We can ask the ingredients in those things and see what's going on. All right. So I let me see. Did you have like a vitamin one? Not to be... Oh, because you had your surgery yesterday, right? You had that procedure on your shoulder. How do you feel? Do you have bone broth for yourself? I'm drinking coffee. I'm going to check for you. Let's look. I'm going to do a little research. It's nice and quiet today. Okay, so week 3. What book is being downloaded today? Roxy, people bought it's dextrose for sure. Sometimes it's just saline water. Sometimes. Primary type of sugar used in an IV fluid is dextrose, which is a form of glucose. 5% dextrose in 10% dextrose in water, or higher concentrate for specific medical applications. Oh, can you take arnica? Can somebody get you some arnica? Other sugars such as fructose and invert sugar have also been used in intravenous nutrition. But these are much less common than dextrose or glucose. And emergency IV solutions is a dextrose. Now, listen, you need the IV. I'm sure they're not gonna care, and even if you say, "Listen, I can't eat sugar. Don't put sugar in it." I don't know how much control we have over that. I wouldn't lose your mind. You had to do it, so just forget it. Like, just say, "Okay, that's fine," and just keep moving. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot not do what you need to do to avoid that, and you just have to figure that out. Interesting. I wonder what they do for diabetics. Like if you're a diabetic, what if you're diabetic, do they change it? Interesting. So they say it's not removed. Ketoacidosis, IV foods without dextrose are initially given to lower high blood sugar. Huh. I wonder if you could ask for a non-dextrose bag. I'd be interested to find that out. Hi, B. Jeffries. Interesting. We have to do a little research and find out. So there you go. Okay. So week 3, taste buds reset, emotional freedom. We're getting there. Celebrate progress. What feels better? Try a sweet holiday, a day with no sweet taste at all. Introduce cinnamon tea, bake cinnamon apples for natural sweetness. Walking, dancing, yoga helps metabolize stored sugar. Schedule a joyful non-food reward like massage, nature walk. Thank you for my heart, me. Thank you, P. Jeffries. Thank you, Char Strike. Thank you, Alvin PT. Sorry, yes. Oops. Continue stabilizing meals, protein, fiber, and healthy fats. All right. And then a reflection. I'm not addicted to sugar. I was depleted, distracted, and disconnected. Now I'm coming home to my body. Don't underestimate those powerful statements. They really work. And then I give you a few things. A teaspoon of coconut oil or almond butter on a spoon is a craving buster. Ready? Here's some craving busters. Peppermint oil, inhaled or diffused. Have you done a fiber cleanse? I have not. But there's a lot of fiber in all of the cleanses in my little cleanse ebook. There's 227 pages. 5-minute breathing break or a brisk walk, a protein-rich snack. Now, keep this in mind. Remember what I said to you guys about that seesaw of expansive, meaning sugar, and contractive, meaning heavy, high protein. Be careful of that protein-rich snack idea, because if you eat too many protein-rich snacks, you're going to start craving sugar again. So you want to keep that in balance. Maybe do hummus with vegetables, or like a turkey roll-up that has a ton of vegetables in it. Instead of using bread, maybe stuff that in a collard roll with like shredded carrot and cucumber and avocado. You see where I'm going? Make sure you balance that protein-rich snack. Too much meat leads to sugar cravings? Yes. Think about it for a second. Think about, this is a good way to put it. How many people, let's say when we were younger and we were out having a party, and you're hungover the next day and you crave fried food or a big crazy burger, cheeseburger. Think about that, right? You're all the way out here, expansive, all the way out here, and then you crave all the way out here. Find my notes. I know they might still be in the Book of Face, but go check that out, like the expansive and contractive food theory. It is very real. It's very old. It's Eastern philosophy of food, and it's very interesting. So you want to be careful of that balance. When you're out of balance, that's when you're like, you go in a seesaw. Oh, I have to have a steak. Oh no, let me eat a big bowl of ice cream. Sort of like salt and sugar. Same thing. That's why salted caramel has become so popular. Would I be comfortable creating a meal plan for someone to stay under a caloric deficit? Like they have to eat under calories? I could probably do something like that. I could create a fiber cleanse for you too, Bridge. Like I'm very good at that. I'm very good at writing recipes and connecting people's healing journeys to that. So I pretty much can do very complex situations. I do a lot of research. I have a lot of access to a lot of different research that pertains to food and healing. So we could do that. All right, herbal allies. We talked about cinnamon. It's the Ceylon cinnamon, Ceylon, that helps with blood sugar. Gemena sylvestre. It reduces sweet cravings. Licorice root helps with adrenals and blood sugar. Robin, you played hockey, like ice hockey or field hockey? Holy basil, which is Tulsi, that's also good, a good support, and great for emotional balance. Both. Look at you. I want to see you play hockey. Okay. Add back only whole sweet foods. Berries, apple slices, baked sweet potatoes, natural sweeteners, choose raw honey, dates, maple in small amounts, coconut, 40 years ago. That's kind of fun. I love that. All right, let's see. No. I wonder, oh, that's not the one I'm looking for. Hold on. I want to just look up something for you guys so I can show you where you can find it. Okay. So that Gemena sylvestre is a plant, and it comes from Africa, Australia, India, and it's used in Ayurvedic medicine, and it's a particularly a remedy for diabetics. And its main compound is a gemenic acid. I had to play against the guys since there wasn't enough girl leagues. I have a good friend that was a goalie for a professional women's hockey team. So that's a very powerful remedy. Its main active compounds have the unique ability to block sugar receptors on the tongue. So you reduce the perception of sweetness, and it helps curb the sugar craving. So that's good to know. And the medicinal properties of Gemena sylvestre is it lowers the blood sugar, supports diabetic management, aids in weight loss, reducing caloric intake, lowering cholesterol and triglycerides. Mananrima, I don't know what that is. Well, I don't know what that is. Never heard that. It provides anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial. So it's great. Traditional uses also included treatments for arthritis, asthma, snake bites. I mean, it's like one of those all-inclusive medicinal plants. So there you go. I've had it in an herbal tincture. That's how we've had it in our house. Oh, she was a hockey goalie. No, her name is... Oh my God. Carly. I forget her last name. Is that crazy? Her name is Carly. She was also a heavyweight boxer. And she played football. She's a linebacker on like all professional teams, women's teams. All right. Let me see. Where are we at? We're almost through our detox. All right. Oh, really? Yeah, she's so amazing. Carly, oh my God. She moved. We were used to work together. She actually, when she was here in town, she worked. She was a total badass, and she not only was she a baddie, but the kindest, gentlest soul. So huge. I mean, like stocky, big woman, but I mean, the sweetest. Now she's in law enforcement in, I think, in Minnesota. I think. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find her. I'm just looking her up because she's awesome. Passante. Carly Passante. Yeah. I mean, just a total athlete. Oh, it looks like she's playing softball now. All right, we need tiny dinies, friends. Bring out those little rurs. Okay, ready? Let's go. Let's finish up. Okay, so now I have reset journal prompts in here too. So I gave you journal prompts also to get through. What does my body need today instead of sugar? How do I want to feel by the end of today? What's one word that anchors me in my healing today? All of those things, really important. Midday reflections. What am I craving and why? Energy, escape, joy. What is this craving trying to teach me? Did I nourish myself this morning? All of these things really help you get through. Now, I know how hard sugar is to detox. I have a couple of friends. I've had some clients in the deli. All you got to do is ask. I know. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. I really appreciate it. Honestly, it really helps the algorithm for us. Right now, we're in the top 80%, but that doesn't mean by tonight we're still going to be in the same place, That's the problem. All right, let's see. Evening prompts. What felt easier than expected today? What am I proud of releasing? What did I learn about myself? I mean, the reason why I think journaling is so important during these cravings is another win for the night lives. Yay. That is true. If we do night lives, we're going to do that in September. I can do away with all sugar, no issue, except I'm addicted to sweet tea. So Cass, try listen, if you don't mind, if that's not bothering you, Cass, and you don't drink it all day every day because sweet tea and lemonade, when I make fresh lemonade, a 5-gallon bucket of lemonade, the recipe is like 6 pounds of sugar. When you peel that back, let's do some math. I'm getting out my calculator on my computer. You ready? All right. So let's go. Let's do the math. There's 128 ounces in a gallon. I've got 5 gallons. That's 640 ounces, right? And then 6 pounds. So let me write that number down. Hold on. So 640 ounces. And then 6 times 16 is 96 ounces of sugar. Right? So 96 divided by 640. There's like a little under a 1/4 ounce of sugar so that's like a teaspoon of sugar in every ounce of lemonade. That's crazy. So when you think like that, right, you're only supposed to have 25 grams of sugar a day. Ouch. So listen, I am not judging you in any stretch of the imagination. I'm just putting awareness to what we do, because even for me, when I'm making lemonade for a party, it drives me crazy. Or when I create thank you for my donut. I'd rather eat sugar than drink it. Some people are like that, right? But some people aren't. In my juice bar, we make fruit smoothies. And I see the babies come in and they order like a mango mama, or a tropical punch, which is literally all fruit, organic, fresh fruit. But when I do in a 12-ounce drink, there's almost 50 grams of sugar in that. My drink of choice is tea or water. I did away with soda more than a year ago. Yeah, I mean, getting rid of soda you know, is fabulous. Honestly, there's nothing good about soda. Unless you're making like you're doing a soda stream or one of those things. I don't, for sure. Tyler's heart's broken. It's true. It's very, listen, again, everything is tied to something. Don't yell at me. I am not yelling at you in any way, sir. You know how I feel. Listen, when we're ready, we give it up. When we don't feel good, when we are sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when the changes come. We just want to make sure it's not too late, right? So in here also, you get like a little tracker if people are into tracking things. How much water did you drink? Did you eat 3 balanced meals? Did you avoid refined sugar today? Did you move your body? All of those things. Automatic weight loss, removing soda. Same thing. Listen, I'm not a person who thinks about weight. I'm a person that thinks about what right, Jojo, I say that to my daughter all the time. She's 18, and whenever she's like, "Oh, this or oh that," I'm like, "Once you're aware, you're responsible." Right? In any situation in life, I feel like I go by that. As soon as I was aware, it was like I knew I shouldn't be eating gluten. I knew how I felt when I ate gluten. But once I was aware why I shouldn't be eating gluten, I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't care any longer to eat gluten. And I dropped, I think, close to 35 pounds now. I don't pay really that much attention. Somebody asked me and I jumped on a scale. I was like, oh my God. I mean, all my clothes are falling off. It's so crazy. That's why I don't fully enjoy bad foods anymore. I feel guilty because it's bad for my body. Bridge, it's so funny that you say that. And I did it to my daughter. My mom did it to me from an emotional perspective. Like she was very much, like eating disorder focus. So I could definitely tell a difference by uploading your old replays. I know, right? It just happened. I didn't plan it. I didn't go on a diet. I just shifted my diet with one thing that was causing my body harm. And my body responded with that. So, it's that simple sometimes. Now, it's not always that simple. We're attached to so much stuff, but it happens. I can tell. Oh yeah. Yeah. So thank you for D. Thank you for all those tiny dinies. I really appreciate the shares. You guys are really wonderful. Thank you. All right. So now, I also have in here, I don't care about the weight either. My journey is 8 months of healthy. Cass, I think that's where we go. When we go to that spot, and that's what I was saying. My mom, I'm 61 years old. I still have that emotional tie to food of simply as a child being talked like body image, don't eat that, you'll get fat, all that nonsense, right? Took years of therapy to try and understand those attachments. However, for me, I'm laughing because I can't believe I'm 57 and I've gotten rid of most of my emotional ties. Yeah, Cass, that's awesome. It takes a journey. It is a lifetime journey, and exactly. So now, what I've done to my 18-year-old daughter is I don't tie it to emotion. I have totally wrecked her brain with that has food dyes. That's absorbing into your skin. I mean, she does that self-tan crap. You heard me last night. I'm like, I hope I broke the cycle because now I've talked to her so much about, the chemicals in food, the processing of food, the addictive substances in food, that now she has it from that perspective. Like, oh my God, Mom, you've tortured me about food. I can't even enjoy, sugar or this or that. But we put no restrictions on her as a kid. Like, there was a snack, there was a drawer that she could go to, when she felt hungry or wanted something to eat, that she could open in the closet that had all her favorite healthy, clean snacks. Yes, exactly, Bridge. I think so. She goes, Mom, but I lecture my friends and I blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But yeah, she does not have, she has body image issues from, social media. She did not get them from her mother. We never spoke about weight, what she looked like, my statement has always been, God gives everybody the body they're supposed to have, and you are beautiful. I mean, that has just been the mantra for her. So she has none of that except for, body image from here, and being bullied. A lot of bullying. So for sure it's different, but who knows? Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. But yes, the cycles are shifting for sure. Thoughts on sugar-free Jell-O? I dip red grapes in it, freeze it. Tastes like candy without sugar. So Kimberly, if it works for you, great. I go to, what are the ingredients in sugar-free? Is it some form of aspartame? That causes other issues. Honestly, I would rather see you make I would love to see you make your own sort of fruit sweetened Jell-O with agar, which we could do because you like to cook. So when you're feeling better, but I would just say that. I don't want to tell you not to eat it, but I would just read the ingredients. If you feel okay with them, then do it. Oh, we're still tapping. We're still tapping. Yay. And do we need any more tiny dinies? Are we good? And Sandy, so that works for you. I would say do what works. And then when that finally is like, I don't know, we need only 83 tiny little roars, tiny little dinies, aspartame in just about everything. Everything packaged. Yeah, and they don't call it aspartame anymore. And there is something on the Book of Face for sure that has that information. What are the different, thanks, Bridge. What are the different names for aspartame now? Like, what are they calling fake sugar? So in here, I give you a sweetener detox comparison chart. How long does it take? Thank you, Char Strike. So for refined sugar, what is it? So this is how the chart works. You get the sweetener type, what is it made of, what it is, where it's found, impact on the body, spikes, what's the emotional brain impact, and what's the detox timeline. It is mind-numbing when you read it and super scary, in my opinion. 51 more tiny dinies. Woo! June, I think June's kicking it right now. All right, so here, let's pick one. High fructose corn syrup. It's a synthetic mix of 55% fructose and 45% glucose. June, you cranked it. Okay, 11 more. Diane, thank you. Thank you. Stevia, yes. I don't have that in here because it's, a natural sweetener. We could probably do that. Hold on, let me see if I can do sort of an ad to that. I don't think I can do it now because the book is finished, but let me see. So that means now we did monk fruit, very natural sweetener as well. Yeah, see, that one's okay. It just tastes gross. I can't go that far, but I can help you guys get that far if you want me to. We can work on like we could do a class on monk fruit, stevia. Okay, top 20%, which means you get one fragment. What's your favorite natural sweetener? I probably use the most we need to get two to be in C3 tomorrow. Oy, maybe we'll have to go live tonight. I don't know if I could do it. I could try. I have a lot of videos to make. Where is it from? Impact on the body. I would say, yeah, it's different. I would say for natural sweetener, I would go to like a maple sugar or a coconut sugar. I have used stevia before. It's not something I don't like those alcohol sugars, and they definitely don't like those erythritol. That's new in sugar-free natural stuff, and I do not do well with those. Oh, Tyler, Kimberly wants to know what that means to get into like C3 and all of that. Unfortunately or fortunately, I'll do a little bit and Tyler can kick in with this. Tyler, can you go live and I can put you on here? I can share, we can co-host. Wouldn't we all love to know? Yeah, alcohol, sugars upset the gut for sure, Heather. So yeah, so all that gifting, so the heart me's kick off the gifting for when you do the heart me, that sets up points. It's like a point system. And then after you do the heart me for your creator and you start doing all the gifting specifically from the gift gallery, though all of those things create popularity and push you out onto the For You page. And then so gifting, shares, and like sharing one or two at a time, not sharing 10 at a time, because they want the chat to roll. I mean, that's one of the reasons why if you click the link in my bio and you buy a class, those do not include all of this lovely stuff we have to do here. I call it hoop jumping. So, all of those things make our lives more popular. So I gain a lot of followers, but we need more engagement. A fragment is these little things, like if you look up at top, I'm in League C4 right now in the top 20%. If I stay in the top 20%, you have to get 4 fragments to move up every level. So gifts equal diamonds and chef and a little money for them. Then you level up. That gives you more popularity, more views, and more followers. And, I only make a percentage of the money. I guess that's how TikTok makes their money as well. Or all creators. So that's how everybody makes money. So, instead of paying a fee to be on the app, this is how they do it for all of us. So the fragments are like little, it's all algorithm based. Yeah. And it's that way for all creators. And I don't battle. So if I started choosing to do battles, what that means is, 2 people come on, like somebody I would click on and somebody would come on this live with us. And then you guys as my followers would gift and like and do all of that stuff for us to win. And when we win, that really increases our popularity and it really pushes the ranking. That's why I never can get to the B and A rankings, because I don't do any battles. So it doesn't get us in the top thing. Yes, tapping's free, and then it's one of the things we need to do. You should battle Tyler. I don't think I could do it, but that would be fun. I guess that would be fun for us. All right, so let's go back to stevia for a second before we finish. Yeah, I mean, I've only learned that from HK Jewel, who I follow in the morning. She's become a friend. I love her. We cook together sometimes on Wednesdays. We both had a little busy schedule. Lexi, how are you? Thanks for the goat. She would crush me. Well, we're never alive at the same time because I'm here. That's true. But one day you'll have to go live and then we can connect and co-host together. I'll have to rewatch this. I'm at work. Yeah, Deanne, and that's the best about Tyler being part of my team, is that he's been a really big help. He's getting all that stuff out. I just couldn't do it myself. I can barely do what I'm doing now by myself. And he's picked up all of that reposting for me. And then some. He redesigned the label. Like, he's been really great as a brand manager. He's wonderful. He's my manager. All right. So, we're kind of at the end of this. Let me just tell you about stevia for real quick, because you guys were asking. It's made from the leaves of the stevia plant. It's a perennial shrub from South America, Paraguay, Brazil, Argentina, and it's a sweet taste. Indigenous people in South America have used stevia for centuries. Yes, I know. You're going to have to share all that love. Good morning. One day I have to win. One day Tyler would have to win.
Mom, look.
Yes. Oh, you look beautiful. How you feeling?
Good. Jackson, come here. Come.
I'm almost finished with my live.
Okay, just say hi to Jackson.
Hi, Jackson. Oh, the little boy's here. Oh, he's all wet.
Yes.
Did it rain?
I don't know why.
A wet little doggy. Woo!
Nice. It's water.
No, but it's like wet dog. It's like it's like wet worms. Blech. Good morning. I'm so upset. I wanted to catch this and I missed most of the live. But you can watch it now on YT in like 2 days. You'll be all right. Blood sugar. Stevia does not raise the blood sugar or insulin level, and it's some studies have suggested that it's beneficial effects on weights and cholesterol. 2 days, is that good? How many days? Within the week. Good morning, Mrs. Stay Happy. How are you today? How's it going? Within a week, the replays come up. Is that good, Tyler? I put myself on a schedule too, and I'm sometimes I fail, so it's okay. We do our best. So here's something about stevia. High chronic consumption, so if you use it a lot, it could, may, 3 to 5 business days. There you go. I got you now. Place some stress on the liver. We don't know really. So we don't know. And it's not absorbed into the upper intestines. So I don't know. Brain imaging found stevia sweetened beverages causes a slower and more gradual reduction in activities in the area of the brain that involve taste. I don't know what any of that means. Stevia may help brain networks under conditions of metabolic stress. So there you go. Robin, we are not going to make it. But we did get to C4, so that's good. And we might actually get to C3. The highest level I've been at is C2 in the very beginning. I'm just drinking my coffee. And then I've never been able to get out of C4 in like 6 months. All right, my loves. Any questions about today? So here's my last commercial break of the day. You can, for all my newbies out there, and if you haven't gotten my cookbook yet, I will sign it for you. 28 pages. Soup season's coming. You need your book. It's wonderful. There's 28 different. Have an amazing day, Cass. My wonderful, beautiful friend from Jag Studios actually photographed the book. We love it. There's 28 recipes. Most are gluten-free. 2 are not. You can make them pretty much most of them vegan if you need to. There's notes on how to do that. There's 8 different stock recipes, and there's a whole information on how to make soup, what the best tools are, what the best practices are. That's me holding my soup book and my grandma's soup bowl, holding her napkin and spoon with her soup recipe. Then if you love what you've read here and you want to download the book or you want to buy the book, the pictures are so pretty, aren't they, Char Strike? I love them. And it makes a great gift. That's true. It's a good gift. Good morning, Adrenaline. You're coming right in on the commercial break. And then you click the link in my bio for that, and everything is in there. You can join our recipe vault, which is wonderful. Over 400 recipes. There's over probably 20 different kitchen pharmacy packets, little mini ebooks that you can download and use for all types of health issues. If you're having health issues and you need me to help you create recipes for your specific needs, you can book a call with me. We have one-on-one calls. There's something for everyone. You can download a free pantry makeover, which is really good, and it's all about how you can get yourself to transition to organic food one thing at a time. If you get Chef's book through her link, she'll sign it for you. Yes. Add it to my story. I love that. Thank you. And then there's cooking classes. We have one tomorrow night. It's 1 pot, 1 pan meals. You'll get 5 recipes in the packet. We'll be cooking 3. Thank you, Adrenaline. And then Sunday night, we're doing another one, and they're $25 classes. There's no scrolling, no yapping. You don't have to tap. We just cook together. It's really lovely. And there's all different classes running right through the middle of September, and then we'll load more for our 1-year celebration. And then what else do we have? In the process of pantry makeover, great tool. Thank you. I love that, Char Strike. If you need me for anything, just ask. And then the big drop today is our cleanse book. So there was a pre-sale, and now it goes on sale regularly. It's 227 pages, and it's a wonderful book. I totally get it. I totally get that. All right, so if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to go, and I'm going to be recording videos all day and get caught up with all my notes. And will the detox be in print? Downloadable. I didn't think about doing that. You think you guys would buy a print book? Come here, dog. Hey, the dog's stuck in here. I know he needs to eat his food. He's not going to eat his food by himself. All right, and then okay, I could probably make that happen. It might take me a little time, but I could probably make a quick print book if you wanted to print it. Would you want to print it in? I would print this one in paperback, right?
No, baby, you gotta eat your food. Hey. Oh. Joey's got a lot of issues.
Got it. Just soft cover. All right. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to print it. We could do it. Yeah, it's a great book. You're going to love it. I could do print and Kindle probably. All right. Let me see. Let me see. I think I could do that. Might take me a little while. A couple of weeks. But I could do it. You're welcome. Soft cover. Gotcha. You can actually, if you want to go to, the place that we all shop, if you don't care about me signing it, you can get the soup book in soft cover on the river that we all shop at. It's there. And I ordered soft cover for me to sign. I just haven't gotten them yet. Thank you, Robin. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Check out the Stand Store. There's something for everyone from free to $79. You bought yours? I love it. You're going to love it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys all. I call dibs on a soft cover. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I ordered them. So as soon as they come, thank you for my flowers. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, it was fun today, right? You learned a lot. The sugar detox is really powerful. It's going to be great. And, you'll have it all in a couple of hours. It's going to be sent to your inbox in a couple of hours, that download. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, June. All right, don't forget to claim all your points. I'll see you guys this week. I think our next actual live is Saturday. Maybe we'll go on tonight. See, that's the problem, Tyler. Not having 2 days, like doing no lives 2 days in a row, knocks us out of C4. That's why we always start from C5 every week, too. So we might have to fix that. So stressful. It's so stressful. All right, my friends, I will see you all soon. Thank you. No more questions, right? We're good? Have a wonderful day. Thank you.